And welcome to the Search by Lobra Media. This video is about Brendan Rodgers being appointed as Leicester City manager. Um, First of all, let me just say that this is a good move for Leicester City after sacking Claude Puel because it does represent a step forward for them. Uh, in my opinion, Leicester City is a club that should be challenging for the Europa League spots because they have a good quality team and they have a good team spirit within them. Uh, at this point of time, what really needs to be done is that the older players kind of need to be moved on, the players which helped them win the league. Some of them need to be moved on and some of them must stay uh, because they embody the spirit of the team, they represent the spirit of the team, and which won the Premier League, and that would be very helpful. Now, shifting on this older core group of players has been a bit problematic for Claude Puel, and he has paid the price for it. And players like Wes Morgan, Jamie Vardy, even Christian Fuchs, for example, and Kasper Schmeichel. These players kind of have nothing to prove in some ways or the other, but they for them to stay motivated, it's going to be a little bit of a tougher task, but it's something which can be done if a proper manager comes in. And now that Brendan Rodgers has come in, it's a good chance for them to showcase their talents again and prove themselves to the manager. Now, the good thing that Claude Puel has done at Leicester City Football Club is that he's brought in a lot of young talent got in a lot of young talent through the youth academy, like Harvey Barnes and Hamza Chaudhry, uh, and even improved the existing young talent like Ben Chilwell and Demarai Gray. A lot of young talent has come through. Like at the time Harry Maguire was signed, he was a youngish talent. Then there is Kagalar Soyuncu. I mean, he hasn't played much, but he, of course, he'll get a chance sooner rather than later. And then there's James Maddison, who has come in through the from Norwich, so he's another option they've got through. And yeah, so then there are players like Fousseni Diabate, who came in from the lower leagues in France, and then did not quite get a look in, but he could get a chance, to progress. Of course, there's Kelechi Iheanacho. He has not been very good, and that's probably the only failure since he joined since Claude Puel joined the club and got sacked. That's the only failure of youth development, which he has not been quite good at. And Kelechi Iheanacho has not helped himself either. So that's another thing. Brendan Rodgers. Now, Brendan Rodgers, personally speaking, is an upgrade over Claude Puel. At the time when he was at Liverpool, he did not have the experience of winning titles, and of course, he blew up a 5-point lead in the 2013-14 season when Liverpool were at the top of the league, and Man City won it. Unfortunately, at that time for him, of course, he went to Celtic after that. After Liverpool sacked him, and there was this whole transfer committee, thing going on at Liverpool where he did not have much authority over what players are signed and which players weren't. So then after that he got sacked, and of course Klopp was hired, and then Brendan Rodgers went to Celtic, which is basically a one-team league in the Scottish Premier League, the Scottish Premiership. So he won a lot of titles there, and which is an expected thing, which is kind of a given, but still he has to work hard for it. So that's another story. So this is a good opportunity for Brendan Rodgers to prove himself back again in the Premier League. Yes, he's left mid-season, and maybe he should have waited until the summer, but it's a good opportunity for him to get back on track in the Premier League. And there's a lot of young talent in Leicester City, so maybe he can get players like James Maddison and Harry Maguire performing up to the potential, and even get players like a, a last ditch tune out of Jamie Vardy, maybe Wes Morgan, maybe somebody uh, like Christian Fuchs, for example, or Casper Schmeichel. And of course, they have younger talent, other younger talent like Wilfred and Didi, all, and all of those players. They can do a really good job there at Leicester City. Of course, I think there'll be a definite upturn in results. The style of football is free flowing and with a purpose, which is to score goals and to play a good, attractive brand of football. There's a purpose behind what he wants to achieve. He also is good at adapting and is good at tactically altering things. Sometimes when he was at Liverpool, it used to work out, and it sometimes it didn't. And the media and other journalists kind of mocked him for it, which was a bit unfair. But he tried his best at Liverpool. I can't You can't really fault him for that. The only thing is that Leicester, the club which has less expectations, so the whole kind of wasting money on transfers situation might go in his favor this time, because Leicester is a club which has lesser expectations. But Liverpool was a club which had a lot higher expectations, and they expected to win trophies and even compete for the league title. They did compete for the league title, but they expected to win trophies under Brendan Rodgers also. So it's a different story altogether. And he did a really good job there, despite the fact that he did not win much. So that's one thing. Uh, what do I think Brendan Rodgers could change about Leicester? First thing is that he could instill a more attractive, you know, passing style of play with a bit of counter attack as well, because they have Wilfred Ndidi, who is good at winning the ball back, and then Jamie Vardy you can play on the counter. Also, there are players like Kelechi Iheanacho, who has been underperforming, for a long period of time. But if you can get a tune out of him, then it could be a good thing. But all in all, I think it's a good appointment, and it's something which could help Leicester City climb up the table and maybe challenge for seventh towards the end of the season. So fingers crossed, and let's see what happens. Thank you for watching this video, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps the channel out. Goodbye.